Hey everyone, it's Tsui Kyit here, and in this video I'll be covering a Q&A session I've kept aside for quite a long time because as an aspiring actor I need to practice my improv, and in case you don't know what improv is, it's improvisation. So let's say you're in a scene and you forget your lines, but you're able to come up with something on your feet that fits the theme and stays in character. That's what we call improv, and it takes quite a bit of skill to do that and to do it without stammering like So I want to just practice by reading off these questions right here and answering them as quick as I can without stammering too much, because it helps with my improv, to my knowledge anyway. Plus, my viewers get to understand me a bit better and know me better as a person. So without further ado, let's get right into the questions. And question number 1, let me have a look right here because I'm playing CSR2 as I do it. Question number 1. What's my favorite color? And not many people know this, but it's turquoise. People might think it's blue, but actually turquoise. Back when I was a kid, I had a jerk teacher who basically told me that I couldn't spell turquoise because I didn't know how to spell it back then. And when I asked for her help, she told me, just put something you know how to spell. If you don't know how to spell it, don't put it. So yeah, she was a jerk, and basically I wasn't very happy at that time, even though I was just a child. So I caved and I just put blue, but honestly, if I could time travel back then, I would just put turquoise because yes, I know how to spell it now. I'm a grown man. So it kind of sucked, but hey, I don't know what's her problem, so whatever. It's in the past. No one cares about it anymore, except me. So let's just move on. Next up, what's my favorite season? Okay, because I'm in Singapore, honestly, there's just 4 seasons of summer. It's just hot all year round. But if you ask me to pick from my favorite seasons that you experience if you're an American, I would say, excuse me because I have a flu, I would say autumn or fall, as some people put it. Because what I like about fall is that that's when the weather starts being cooling. You're getting ready for Halloween, Christmas, Thanksgiving, and of course, Halloween is the big one to me because in October, of course, everyone's just going out there trick-or-treating, going to parties. And to me, I always want to experience Halloween, but I never did because being born in Singapore is just not something we celebrate. Maybe in my next life, if I'm an American, hopefully. But until then, I'll just keep on dreaming. Question 3. Do I prefer the sunrise or sunset? Honestly, I would say the sunset is just beautiful and segues into the night, which I love a lot because I just love it when you go on holiday and after the evening, all the cities just come to life. I will be going to the UK this year, and I hope what I envision about sunset to basically the nightfall is as grand as it seems, because in Japan, which I've been to a lot, it's really, really eye-opening, especially if you go to Akihabara Electric Town at night. It's very, very beautiful. Even during sunset, it is quite pretty already. But once the lights go down and the neons and LEDs come on, oh my god, it's just so pretty. You never want to leave. But that's how I perceive sunset in a way. Next up, what's my favorite dessert? Not too much to say. It's ice cream, typically vanilla or cookies and cream. Either one's okay with me, but of course I prefer cookies and cream. And I love Tillamook, which is an American brand which is imported into Singapore via FairPrice. So shout out to FairPrice for bringing that in. If it wasn't, I would be stuck with those crappy brands that just taste so milky. Next question. Do I prefer coffee, tea, or something else? For this one, definitely coffee. Why coffee? Is because it keeps me awake. I like the bitterness and, of course, the different kinds of coffees out there that I typically like. I know cappuccino might be seen as a beginner coffee, but hey, I love it. I paid for it. So just leave me and my cappuccinos alone, man. And, of course, I do branch out sometimes to a brewed coffee. Or if not, I'll get a vanilla latte, which I did yesterday when I was en route to pick up my AirPods. I just want to treat myself. I got a vanilla latte. So that was quite good too. Of course, it's all from Starbucks. And yes, everything's expensive over there, but I don't drink Starbucks every single day. Next up, what's my favorite smell? There are a lot of different smells, but I would say Bath and Body Works. If you get water cucumber, goodness, that was just so fragrant. And let me pause this because I have to sneeze. Alright, I'm back. I have sneezed and I feel much better. So let's move on. I just talked about coffee and let's move on to the next one. Oh wait, no, smell. So next thing, sound. What's my favorite sound? Oh, this is kind of tricky because there are lots of things I like to hear. But if I had to say a favorite sound, does music count? 80s music? Because it's kind of sound, I guess. So I'll leave it at that, 80s music. If not, I would say it's the sound, the notification of people depositing money into my bank account because I've made a sale or something. So it's either one, but of course, if I could pick, I would say 80 songs because that's my kind of music. I just love listening to it. It makes me happy, and it just helps me pass the day really happily without much grouchiness or concern or anything. Next up, what's my go-to comfort food? Okay, this is a bit tricky because there are lots of foods I love, and I mean a lot. But if I had to say a food that makes me comfortable, McNuggets. Yes, I said it, McNuggets. And no, I'm not 5 years old. Well, mentally I am, but let me be honest. If you pair McNuggets with the chili sauce here in Singapore, garlic chili, it's just irresistible. And of course, I have a craving for those. And of course, I just cannot resist them. You pair nuggets and the chili sauce, it just goes so well. I can eat about 12 at one go if I'm really hungry. Else, I just get 6 pieces and fries and call it a day. Next up, do I prefer texting or talking on the phone? For me, I would say texting because it just gives the other person time to reply. And sometimes when you want to call someone, it might not be a convenient time for them. So giving a text means they can reply whenever they're free. Next up, what's my favorite... Oh wait, no, I skipped one. Am I a morning person or night owl? Night owl. Because I get up pretty late, so what I do is I just compensate by staying up a bit late. And it is a vicious cycle, I admit, but that's how I roll, and it's how I've been for the past, I would say, year or so. Although I have been trying to adjust my sleeping because I do need to get up sometimes. Like last week, I had to get up at 5 a.m. because I had a film shoot at 6 a.m., which I did, although I was pretty tired by the end of the day. Next up, what's my favorite holiday? Holiday... Chinese New Year, no doubt about it. And I'm a bit biased over here because, I have a terrible blocked nose today. So the reason I like Chinese New Year is because there is a tradition where if you're unmarried and you're Chinese and your family still is, you get money from your family. Of course, I don't get as much money as I used to get as a kid, but money's money. As long as it's something from my bank account, I'm happy about it, and it's more than welcome. Next question. What's my favorite flower? Okay, now this is a bit tricky because I know nothing about flowers, but if I had to pick one, I would say, okay, cliche, a rose, because a rose is just something you give to a girl that you like. I mean, if I had a girl I like, okay, I give her a rose because it's a symbol of love. I mean, that's why they sell so well on Valentine's Day, right? You guys probably get what I'm saying, because on Valentine's Day, the prices of those bouquets for roses just go through the roof. So, yeah, rose. Next up, what's my favorite ice cream flavor? Okay, ice cream flavor. Cookies and cream, vanilla. There's no reason to eat anything else to me. Next up, question 14. Do I sing in the shower? No. That one's pretty simple, so let's just move on. Next up, what's a food I dislike? Well, I would say escargot. I have a phobia of snails, so obviously, escargot, no. But if it comes to a food I've tasted before, I would say durians. And yes, I know a lot of Singaporeans and Malaysians are just going to, oh, come at me. They're going to try and stab me, jail me, or whatever, stone me because I don't like durians. But that's how it is. I ate one when I was a kid and I just didn't like it. It just didn't taste what I thought it would. And the smell, let me just be honest, the smell is just so pungent. My parents used to eat it and it would just make my room stink. So as such, I don't like durians if you're talking about a food I have eaten. Again, food I've not eaten would be escargot, which I've never eaten and I don't intend to. The next question, am I an introvert, extrovert, or an ambivert? Okay, this is pretty simple. I am an introvert because I just find myself very shy. I keep myself to myself and I only talk when I really need to talk, else I'm really awkward. I just keep to myself, basically. Moving on. What's my favorite type of weather? Easy, raining. Because when it's raining, there's something about rainy weather and just being at home, either playing a game, reading a story, watching a film, or just sleeping. It goes so well together. So I just love it when it rains. I just lock myself in the bedroom, turn the air conditioning on, and whoa. It just feels so good. Next up, do I like spicy food? Certain ones, like again, McNuggets with chili sauce, but else I don't take spicy food too much because my stomach doesn't like it, and of course, I just cannot take it myself. My mouth just gets all hot, and I don't like it. So I'm not really a spicy food aficionado myself. Next up, what's my favorite fruit? Apple. Not because I use an iPhone, I just like apples. They taste great, they're sweet, and of course I just love the taste of them. Next up, what's my favorite pizza topping? If I said pineapple, I would be, I don't know, you have the right to dissect me, but my favorite pizza topping, of course, it's pepperoni. It just makes the pizza more meaty. And second from pepperoni, I would say is ham. Ham on a pizza is also pretty great. And of course, pepperoni is still the number one topping. And you cannot change my mind on that. That will forever be my perspective until the day I die. Next up. Oh, we're moving in a different category now. Okay. Do I prefer mountains or the beach? I would say the beach because I love, how do I say, yes, the beach boys, wordplay intended. But I just love the environment, like just surfing, just the sea, volleyball matches by the sea, sandcastles, and of course sunbathing. But I don't like the mountains because it's just, I've seen a lot of horror stories of people just dying on like Mount Kilimanjaro, trying to get to the peak. So I say no. I'd rather go to the beach where it's sunny. And yes, I get enough sun here in Singapore, but hey, it's really beautiful. And I went to Sentosa recently, and the beach, it was just so gorgeous. I had to take my photos there. Next thing. Okay, I'll skip the next question because it says, do you enjoy cooking or baking more? I know how to do neither of these. So we're skipping that. Next up, what's my favorite way to relax? Okay, I do write my own stories in my free time. I guess I get assistance from ChatGPT, but most of my ideas actually just stem from my own brain. So I've been just piecing them together, and of course I use ChatGPT to enhance them and basically brainstorm for me. But when it comes to ideas that I've cobbled together from my brain, and yes, I write stories, it's just so therapeutic because ever since my film school rejection, I've been down in the dumps. And if it wasn't for my story writing, I would say I would be in a way worse place than I currently am right now. So with that, story writing. Question 24. What's my favorite TV genre? Now, I'm not the kind of person who just subscribes to Netflix and watch Stranger Things. I love documentaries, especially ones about prisons, because it just makes me feel so fortunate. Because when I look at a prison cell, especially ones in countries like Bolivia, and most notoriously the one in Madagascar, it really just makes me so much more fortunate and appreciative of what I have. And in a way, it kind of stops my longing to just move to America, because what I have here in Singapore is just way better than what they have down in wherever they are, Madagascar or Bolivia or wherever they are, Nigeria, I don't know. It just makes me appreciate things that I would take for granted. Next up, what's my favorite book genre? Okay, I don't read books, so let's just skip that. But the next one is what I would answer if I had to pick. Do I prefer reading fiction or non-fiction? Obviously, fiction, because we get enough non-fiction in our everyday life. So being able to read and write about fiction, it really just takes you into a world of imagination. And that's why my ongoing stories right now with my main character Anthony and his girlfriend Sally, it's all fiction. And especially because they're both telekinetic, it just allows me to expand my horizons way more than I would if I had to keep everything grounded and realistic, because I can basically toy with the concept of realism. Yes, I have a lot of room for stories and plots that I can write into this universe that I've created. So with that, yes, fiction. Next up, question 27. Do I prefer dogs, cats, or another animal? I would say I like tigers and I like wolves, so they are kind of related to dogs and cats, so both in a way. Question 28. What's my favorite type of music? 80s music, because music these days just has no meaning anymore. If you need proof of that, please go and listen to Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion's, I'm not going to say it, WAP. Just listen to that and you basically know why I say modern music has no meaning. It's why I listen to the 80s. And as I said, I know music from ABBA to ZZ Top. You cannot beat me on that. Next up, question 29. Do I prefer city life or country life? Obviously city life, because I'm not going to just live in some outskirts of Nebraska, Iowa, Montana, wherever, in the middle of nowhere, Kansas even. I'd rather just live in a big city like, I would say, New York City, California. What's that city called? LA, yeah, LA or San Francisco, or to some degree San Diego. But I use that very loosely because San Diego is a bit too close to Mexico for comfort for me. Question 30. Do I like surprises? No, I rather just know what to expect, because some things just really catch me off guard and I don't like them. I rather just be prepared for what to expect. Although some surprises are nice, it's just not something I would say I actually like. Question 31. Have I ever traveled outside my country? Yes. And I will be doing it again this year to the United Kingdom and Japan in November. Although I really don't want to go to Japan again, because I'm only going there because my parents just make me tag along. And they're the ones who enjoy Japan, not me, because I've gone enough times, I understand what the culture is like, and I'm kind of sick of it. And this is why I basically beg to go to the UK, because I want to see the Harry Potter Museum and experience the culture over there, which is something I've never done. I've never left Asia in my whole 24 years of existing on this earth. So that's it. I'm looking forward to my trip to the UK very soon, although it's about half a year away, so still a bit of waiting to do. Until then, I'll be working part-time. Next up, what's the furthest I've ever traveled for home? If we were talking about countries, yeah, it has to be Japan, because that's the furthest out there. I have not been to Korea, and within Asia, yeah, it has to be the furthest, Japan. Next up, question 33. What's a memorable childhood memory? Childhood memory. I would say it's the day our Suzuki Liana was sent to scrap and we got a Suzuki Grand Vitara. The car is gone, but I still remember the handoff very well. It was in a parking lot. I used a digital camera and I was in tears. I was taking a picture of our old car. And yeah, I did kind of miss it to this day. But then again, our Vitara is gone too. So they come and they go, I guess. Next up, have I ever met somebody famous? Famous? No, I would say no. I haven't been that lucky. Though I wish I was. I am just not that lucky. So let's move on. Question 35. Have I performed on stage? When I was in primary school, yes, in school plays, but I don't like being on stage. I want to be on screen like they do in Hollywood, flicks. So yeah. Next thing, I'll skip question 36 because I don't know any musical instruments. I don't play any. Question 37, have I ridden a horse? No. Question 38, have I ever gone camping? No. 39, what's something new you tried recently? Does acting count? Because yes, I do have a passion for acting, but I never took it seriously and never gave it a try up until recently, which I did, and I do love it. And this is why I aspire to be an actor. Whether it's in here or, I don't know, maybe moving to the States, if that's really the best course for my career. We'll see, but I really do love acting. Next up, what's a hobby you'd love to try? I would say photography, because I use my iPhone camera for street photography a lot. And yes, the photos can be quite nice. My phone wallpaper is actually just made of me taking a picture of a bus window on a rainy day. And it just looks so good. I've kept it for 2 years. And I wish I could go take up photography, but then again, I only have a phone camera, and there's all so much a phone camera is going to do for you. Next category, okay, personal values. What do I value most in a friendship? This is easy. Trust and loyalty. Because you need to trust someone to be close to you. Because if you don't trust someone and they don't trust you, that friendship's not going to last. And if anything, it's just going to be turbulent. But if you have someone who's loyal to you, someone you can trust, they'll be there for you no matter what. And that's what makes a true friend. Regardless of the thick and thin you're going through, if that person's always there for you, that's someone you can call a friend. If someone just bails on you during tough times, can you really call them a friend? I say no. Next up, what's my biggest pet peeve? This is something I will bring up even though I don't drive. I haven't driven for 4 years. It's people who just sit their asses in the overtaking lane and just go the speed limit. Because yes, I know you want to go somewhere, but please, if you're going to go that slow, please get out of the overtaking lane, stay to the left. And we're in Singapore, so the cars are right-hand drive, so the overtaking lane's on the right. I know in the US it's on the left, but here in Singapore it's on the right. So yeah, please get out of the right lane if you're going to basically do that. That's road hogging. Next up, what motivates you? Okay, these quotes that I've seen. And yesterday, as I was in a shopping mall, I saw one from the founder of Alibaba, Jack Ma. This one really stuck with me. If you don't give up, you still have a chance. Giving up is the greatest failure of all. And this really stuck with me, and I took a photo of it, and it's really going to be my grounding anchor going forward. Because as an actor, aspiring actor, I really want to give up sometimes. But if I give up, it will mean I failed. But as long as I haven't given up yet, no, I haven't failed. There's still a chance that my dreams will come true. So we'll see about that. And I hope it does, actually. Question 44. What's my biggest fear? And if I told you this, you might laugh, because I'm scared of theme park mascots. And yes, I do work as one in my free time because the pay is pretty good. But I find them scary to me because they're just creepy. I don't know who's inside. Could be a creepy guy, could be whoever. I just find it really, really unsettling. So yes, that scares me. So I don't like them. Although I work as one, so you see the contrast over here, which I do understand, yes, but no, I still will never take my photo with one unless I know who's inside. Next up, what makes you laugh the most? So seeing some people drive really, really stupid, because I watch this channel, UK Dashcams, and some people just make me want to laugh because I don't know how they got their license, man. I don't know. They could have just bought it for someone. I don't know. Because some people are just really not suited to drive at all. And I mean at all. They should just be off the roads. Next question. Oh, we were quite far down. Question 46. What's a cause I care deeply about? And I care about special needs awareness because I myself have special needs. I have Asperger's, and yes, I have OCD, anxiety, but those are other medical conditions. But what we're looking at are special needs because autism is quite a broad spectrum, and I understand people might think that I'm autistic, so it means I'm incapable of doing things a normal person is, but that couldn't be further from the truth because yes, I do have autism, but mine's Asperger's, and Asperger's is, I would say, if you look at it on a cake, Asperger's is like the cherry on top. It's the highest functioning autism there is, and I have no language barrier, so I can converse very easily with other people, whereas those with high, medium, or low functioning autism, they'll have difficulties communicating because they cannot articulate their words very well. So that's what differentiates me from those who have autism. I have Asperger's. Next up, what's one thing I would love to change about the world? Change about the world, I would say it would be great if we didn't have any more pandemics because COVID-19 was really hell, and I lost my grandma because of that. So yeah, it would be good if we didn't have any more pandemics, but that's a bit far-fetched. I mean, look at it. We had hand, foot, mouth disease, we had SARS, MERS, and then COVID-19. There is going to be something coming soon. I can tell you that. But until then, I would say there is no guarantee that we will be pandemic free. It sucks, but that's the truth. Next, what's the best piece of advice I've received? This one comes from my aunt. She told me, you will never get, how do I say? She said, in life, she said, how do I phrase it? Because phrasing is hard. It's not me stammering. Because she said, if you get what you want, that's a bonus. If you don't get what you want, it's okay. Maybe there's a next time. I've lived by those words, and I still live by them today, and I found those very motivating, especially coming from my aunt, who has been really, really supportive of me and my endeavors. Next, do I believe in luck? Yeah, I do. Because just sometimes you just do well, and it comes back to you when it comes to luck. Because what happened was that because I'm from ITE, okay, and we have these huge, what's it called? Theaters, like auditoriums. So once I found a pair of AirPods, and yes, I could have taken them home. Because AirPods are not like an iPhone. There's no iCloud lock, so I could easily set it up to my phone and use it. But what I did was I returned it to my teacher, and a week later I won the lottery. I won $250, and I never forgot, because it's like the person's way of thanking me spiritually. So after that, I've started doing good. I've started doing good as much as I can, in the hopes that something good will happen to me going forward, which hasn't happened yet, but I hope it does. Next up, question 50. We're almost halfway through. Do I consider myself an optimist or a pessimist? I would say easily optimist. I always look to the bright side of things, no matter what. But recently, of course, because of my rejection, I have been rather pessimistic. But it's not who I am. I would consider myself an optimistic person. I always look for the bright side, no matter the situation. Because if I keep being negative, my whole life is going to be negative. So being positive, at least is a start, I guess. Next up, where would I love to travel next? Los Angeles, because I really want to act, and the biggest scenes are over there. It's either in LA, New York, or Georgia. In Atlanta specifically. So of all of them, I would say I really, really want to be in LA. Plus, being an American, it's always my dream because I just don't like the culture in Asia. So yeah, that's how I feel about it. Question 52. What's a dream I still want to achieve? And that's being an actor. And it's a dream I'm currently working on because I have my workshops lined up. I have some student films that I am auditioning for. And of course, I fill in for extra roles when I can because it's free money. Although I don't like waiting between takes. It can take really, really long. Next up, where do I see myself in 5 years? I would say still in acting school because I'm 24. By then I will be 29. So old enough that I would say I'm unable to play teen roles, which sucks. Which is the roles I wanted to play. But then again, we're looking at screen age, and my screen age right now I still look about 17 or 18, which is a plus. So by then, if I still look about 20, 21, I could still play the role of a college student or university student. So again, we'll see. And good news, my nose is starting to unblock a bit. So let's keep going. 54. What's a skill I would love to master? A skill I would love to master. Now, I would say driving manual because, yes, I do have a manual driving license, but I haven't really used it to its full extent. If anything, I would say the license is underutilized, and I wouldn't consider myself that good of a manual driver because, yes, I can drive manual, but back then I stalled the car a lot, and it just didn't turn out very well for me. So if I could drive manual cars any better, it would be a nice bonus to have. So, of course, driving a manual car. Question 55. Do I want to learn another language? No. I'm completely content speaking English, and I didn't take my mother tongue because I was exempted being from a special school. And I've conversed in English ever since, and it's been my forte and the language I know how to speak the best. So I would say English, my favorite language, most easy to converse with, so I'll stick with that. Next up, what's on my bucket list? And this would be to move to America and actually have an acting career. It doesn't need to be successful, but as long as I'm out of Singapore, because this place is just way too expensive to live in. If you say LA is expensive, Singapore is just hell to live in. It's a nice country to visit, don't get me wrong, but staying here, no. It's why I just wanted to move to America, start afresh, and just have an acting career over there. I don't know how successful it will be because I don't sound American at all. I'll be a fish out of water, although that would be a stretch because I know my fair share about American colloquialisms and the culture. So I would fit in somewhat, but still, I would say there would be things we need to iron out because I'm just not a real American. I just know the culture over there. It's all I will say. Next up, do I plan things out or go with the flow? I try to plan things out, but of course, that rarely goes to plan. So if things just don't go to plan, I will just go with the flow. Whatever life throws at me, I'll just go with it. And of course, it kind of sucks, but of course, that's how it is. Question 58. What career did I want as a child? And I don't think I had a definite career goal as a child. I did remember saying in class I wanted to design games, but with all the coding and stuff, I would say no. It's way too overcomplicated. So I pretty much dropped that idea the moment I found out about code. Next up, do I want to write a book one day? Well, about that story I brought up earlier that I've been writing about Anthony and Sally, I would love to turn it into a book. I mean, look at Harry Potter. It was just a book, but it turned out to be filled with rich character development, an enthralling story, and a universe that one can imagine themselves in to take themselves out of reality for a bit. It would be nice, honestly, but I just don't have the time, and I don't know who to send it to, who to pitch the idea to, so I'll work that out someday, but not today. Question 60. What's my dream home like? So my dream home is just like one of those Beverly Hills homes, honestly. There's just not much to say. I don't even want a swimming pool. I just want a driveway enough for 2 cars, and I would love Range Rovers because I'm a sucker for those. And maybe a BMW M5, the 2024 one, which is one of my dream cars right now. And of course, the Honda NSX-R, my ultimate dream car. So mainly songs like 2 stories and has a driveway big enough for those. I would say that's good enough for me. I don't want anything more. Okay, moving on. Next questions are rather short, so I'll just gloss over them without much reasoning. Sweet or savory? Sweet. Movies or books? Movies. Early bird or night owl? Night owl. Winter or summer? Winter. Pancakes or waffles? I don't eat either, but I would say waffles. I just don't like pancakes the last time I ate one. Chocolate or vanilla? Vanilla. Rain or sunshine? Rain. Comedy or drama? I don't know either, so let's skip that. Car or bike? Car. Paper book or e-reader? E-reader, because there's also many books you can fit into the palm of your hand versus how many books you can fit into an e-reader which you can hold in your hand. So yeah. Next up, do I believe in aliens? It would be kind of hard because I saw the Roswell thing, so they might exist, but I would say for the most part, no, not yet. Question 72, what's the first thing I would buy if I won the lottery? Well, a new iPhone, because I'm still using a 14 Pro Max, and it would be nice if I had the latest one for once and for my daily use, and not to be used as my review phone, which I just use for reviewing screen protectors and cases and stuff. It would be nice, so of course a new iPhone, that'd be nice. 73, what's something you always have in your bag or pocket? And this is my 2 iPhones. I bring up my 14 Pro Max and my 12 Pro Max. These two are always side by side, and sometimes I switch one of them for my 14 Plus so I can play CSR2. Although I stopped doing that because I don't really find the connection on data very good, so I rely more on Wi-Fi, so I keep my 14 Plus with my CSR2 account at home. Next up, do I talk to myself? No, I'm not crazy yet, anyway. Next up, do I collect anything? Collect iPhones, does it count? I mean, I buy the new one every single year. I mean, this year I might do it again with the 17 Pro Max. It's going to cost a pretty penny, but I'm going out to work, so hey, the money's going to come from somewhere. Don't worry, I'm not using my parents' money. Next up, 76. What's my favorite quote? Okay, I have a favorite quote of my own, and this one is, dreaming is going to get you somewhere, but trying, that's going to get you way further than any amount of dreaming ever will. And I put this on my, this website is like something like IMDb for basically new actors. So I put my quote there in the hope it motivates others alongside myself. So we'll see how it goes. But until then, yes, if you have a dream, just try for it. There's no shame in trying. As long as you try, it counts for something. That's what I have to say anyway. Next up, what fictional world would you love to visit? A fictional world I would love to visit. Okay, if I could, it would be quite a mix because, number one, I want to visit Anthony and Sally's universe, which I have created. Yes, I have a title for it. I'm just keeping under wraps. I don't want to review too much about that story right away. I will be putting up stories on my channel if, again, people want to hear my stories about Anthony and Sally and their journeys and exploits and their friends too. I will put up videos gladly, but until then, no. Else, I would love to see Fallout because it would be fun. I always want to wear a vault suit, and I might be buying one soon because I always wanted to wear one of those. And also Harry Potter, because Hogwarts is just so magical, and yes, I do have 50 plus magic wands. You can laugh at me for spending thousands, but I just love the wands so much. It's why I bought them in the first place, because I want to experience the magic, and it's why I'm going to the UK this year. It's just to experience that, even for a little bit. And basically that's about it for fictional worlds I want to visit. And if I could time travel, past or future, yes, we already experienced the past, but I would travel back to the 80s and relive it all over again. And of course, I would love to visit the future. If I could visit the future, though, It's like things you don't already have. Like imagine going to the future and there's a chat GPT thing that's able to 3D print stuff that you want. Now that'd be cool. So maybe future. If I could have dinner with any historical figure, who would it be? Now I know nothing about historical figures, so give me a break on that. If a historical figure, I don't know. Winston Churchill? Because I know he was a British president during the war. And he seems like a nice guy. I would love it. Else, if I had to say U.S. president, who else? Who else can I think of? Well, not JFK. The guy got shot. So, still, Winston Churchill. That's who I'll pick. Next up. What superpower would I choose? Telekinesis. No doubt about it. It would just be fun to move things with my mind. And that's why I've based Anthony and Sally so much on this ability. I've given both of them telekinesis because I just thought it would be cute having a telekinetic couple. Because I mean, you watch Stranger Things or whoever, Carrie or Matilda, there's usually just only one character with telekinesis. So I thought if there were two of them, it would make it kind of a cute romance story and basically something different, as well as it gives me something to write about. And again, yeah, it changes up the dynamic a lot. So yeah, telekinesis, that's the one I would love to have in real life too. Favorites. Okay, this one I'll gloss over it pretty quick. What's my favorite movie? Okay, right away I don't even remember any movies. Real, okay, real, because I just like Jewel now. Don't laugh at me or anything. Or you can, though I will never forgive you for it. Favorite song, Pink Cadillac's pretty nice. Careless Whisper is pretty nice. Waiting for a Girl Like You, Love Shack. It's just too many 80s songs. If I had to just pick one, Careless Whisper. Yes, because of the saxophone. What's my favorite book? I don't read. What's my favorite author? I don't read. What's my favorite meal of the day? Dinner is always the most meaty one. What's my favorite thing to wear? Does it count? Clothes? I mean, I just wear clothes. I don't care. Clothes are just clothes. But if I would pick something, I would say my Hogwarts robes. So I'm not sounding too, what's the word? Boring, saying, yeah, I love to wear clothes. I mean, who doesn't? We all have to wear clothes. So, yeah, I do love my Hogwarts robes. I paid $200 for those. I love them. Next up, what's my favorite board game? I don't play any. Monopoly, maybe? Because it's just fun to own properties and tax people. Although it would be fun if there was a San Francisco edition of Monopoly, because that's where Anthony and Sally's story takes place, in San Francisco. I don't know, because it starts in Pomona and it just goes there. I don't know, Monopoly Pomona edition? I don't know. We'll see. Next up. Alright, let me downshift because I'm playing CSR2 while I do this. What's my favorite way to exercise? I would say jogging, because you can just turn up the music on your phone and get jogging, and oh man, it's so enjoyable. I could do it, and it's why I basically replaced my AirPods case, because my case had issues. As long as I have my AirPods, my phone, good music, and wide open space to jog, I'm willing to just do it all day, every day. And plus, it helps with my stamina as an aspiring actor, because acting is not just about playing a character, reading lines. Your stamina also has to be up to snuff. If it's not, you're not going to make it through the day or last anytime soon. So, of course, jogging. Next up, what's my favorite app, non-social media? It's easy, ChatGPT, because it helps me brainstorm. And yes, I would say I might be a bit lazy, but ChatGPT just does so much, and it helps me brainstorm and think of things I would not think about otherwise. So thank you, ChatGPT, and it even came up all these questions for me. So it's very, very useful, and I just cannot get enough of it. Let me be honest here. What's my favorite snack? I do have a few, like cookies, these fair price branded cookies, the generic, what's it called? Chocolate chip ones. I like lollipops. I like Skittles. Skittles are nice too. Next up, we're coming to the final quarter over here. What makes me feel accomplished? And I would say it's the feeling of reaching a goal that you finally set in your mind after a while. Like right now, again, circling back, I want to be an actor, so it would feel accomplished when I land a role. That's one step in the door, and of course, you play the role to perfection. So that's part 2. So right now, I have still yet to experience part 1, so I'll be waiting, hopefully. Number 2, 92. I mean, what's a habit I'd like to break? A habit I'd like to break. Well, this one is like right now. I left the bathroom light on again. The bathroom light. It's kind of waste of electricity, I guess you could say. I should be turning that off. I could, but it's just so convenient. So I just leave it on usually. So let's move on. What's a habit I'm proud of? Well, I don't smoke. That's for one. And I don't drink. So moving on. What's the best compliment I've ever received? I would say it's my looks, basically, because I look very youthful. And that's something I'm really, really proud of. Because yes, I'm 24, but people all keep insisting I look just 18. And it's really, really motivational as someone who aspires to be an actor, because I can play younger roles for longer. And of course, that's always a good thing. Next up, what's something you wish people knew about you? So me, I wish people knew that I had special needs. And it might seem like a double-edged sword, but it's just something for people to understand, like why I'm a bit different. And that's because I have special needs, and not because I'm a weirdo. That's all I have to say. What's my happiest memory? Okay, if you're a Singaporean, you would know about this game called Animal Kaiser. It's a trading card game, and you go to the arcade to play it. It used to be $2, now it's $3. You have 2 animals and they fight, basically. And once I was at the airport, I played once, then I played twice, and I won an ultra rare card, Kaiser Coral. I still remember it to this day. I remember screaming in the arcade because that card was just so freaking rare and I won it. I didn't even expect to get it, but I did. So I was so over the moon because of that. And I will never forget the day. I was still in primary 5 back then, so I was about 12 years old when I won that. The memories. Yes, Animal Kaiser is still around, but I left a long time ago. I mainly play CSR2 now, and of course do my story writing. It's all I dedicate my time to doing, because it does bring me happiness. Next thing, what's something I'm grateful for today? Well, I would say it's Sunday, so I'm grateful for that. And I'm grateful for my dad paying for my glasses, because my degree went up because of my other bad habit of using my phone in the dark. So it's $150 I need and pay, but the money's got to come from somewhere, and my dad paid for it. So I have to say I'm really grateful that he paid for my glasses, and I'm not stuck with these lenses that make things blurry. Next up, how do I handle stress? Again, I just write stories. It really just gets the stress out of the way, and it's why I even write stories to begin with. It just lets me vent somewhere, and I love it. Plus, it just lets me exercise my creativity, which I also love. So, right there, story writing. Question 99. What's a life lesson you've learned recently? I would say it's not everything will go your way. Because, I mean, if we look at my rejection, I know I've been talking my rejection a lot from film school. It didn't go my way at all. I was just hoping to get in and spend my next 6 years with them learning, but it didn't happen. And I spoke to an actor recently, and he was also from this film school I wanted to apply to. And he got in, but he was a dropout. So I can understand that there are things in life that you just cannot control that are going to have an impact on your life. So as such, you have to make do with what you've got. Question 100. Well, we have gotten to almost the end. How would I describe myself in 3 words? I would say loyal is one, determined is one, and, well, optimistic, like we brought up earlier. So yeah, 3 words to describe me are those. Question 101. What phone do I prefer? iPhone. I have a 14 Pro Max, which I got recently to replace my aging 12 Pro Max, although I still use the 12 Pro Max. And I'm recording my video on this 12 Pro Max because I just find the 14 Pro Max, I'm waiting to use it more when I go out to work, because right now at home, between the two, if I use one, I typically use the 12 Pro Max first, because the 60 hertz display, it's just not so good. So as long as I'm just not really swiping or anything, I'll just use this guy and save the battery on my 14 Pro Max. 102. Laptop, desktop, or tablet? Tablet, because touchscreen. And it's great for watching documentaries, like I brought up. It's just so good, the screen's so big. Although, kind of a stretch, because my phone's already a Max, 12 Pro Max, 14 Pro Max. It's big enough, don't get me wrong. It's still small, but big enough for what I need it for. Next up, do I prefer wired or wireless earbuds? Wireless, because I don't have to deal with all the wires and stuff, and all the phones having no headphone jack. Wireless, easily. That's why I have AirPods Pro. Next up, do I prefer digital or paper planners? I don't use either, so we'll skip that. Question 105, do I use a smartwatch? No. 106, do I prefer typing on a touchscreen or physical keyboard? Physical keyboard, because on a touchscreen, especially on a phone, it can be a bit difficult to click the right letters, and oftentimes I click the wrong one and I have to click backspace a lot. What's my favorite browser? 107. Firefox, because I just find it's really good, especially Firefox Focus. That's my favorite one, because it erases my history every time I'm done. Question 108. Do I prefer streaming movies or owning physical copies? Streaming. I actually stream it illegally on websites like, what's it called? Soap Today. I love that website a lot. Well, I cannot express how much I love it. I use it a lot because it's free, and I don't subscribe to Netflix or anything. Next up, question 109. Do I prefer ebooks or physical books? Ebooks, because I just put them on my phone and just read them. And yes, it can be a bit straining for the eyes, but hey, I love it because my phone's always there, and of course I have that matte screen protector because it makes touching it so nice. Question 110. What's my go-to note-taking app or method? Normally I just take photos of what I need to take notes of, so that's my method right there. Question 111. Do I prefer cash, card, or digital payments? Digital payments, because I have this Pay Now app on my phone, which is like Venmo. In case you're American, you don't know what Pay Now is. It's like Venmo. And if not, I do have credit cards on this phone. Yes, they are my dad's, but they work in a pinch if I need to buy something like a drink from a vending machine and I don't have cash. 112. Do I like using voice assistants or not? No, because they don't understand nothing. 113. Do I prefer short or long phone calls? Short, because I have limited talk time on my phone plan, and I don't like talking for too long because it makes my throat feel scratchy, which it is right now as I'm recording this in a few takes. Next up, what type of alarm sound wakes you up the best? It's just a typical digital alarm clock, which I bought from the iTunes store for $1. 115. Do I prefer minimalist or colorful phone wallpapers? I don't know which one it falls under, but I like raindrops on windows. So I would say minimalist because the colors are rather muted, because mine's green, gray, and a bit whitish. Question 116. Light mode or dark mode? I use light mode most of the time, but dark mode when I need to conserve battery. So when my battery's low, I switch to dark mode because my phones are OLED phones. Question 117. Do I prefer email or instant messaging for work? Both are fine. I don't have a problem with either, but I prefer instant messaging like Telegram because it's easier to communicate with the person with a chat and send images as well. That's what I feel. So yeah, instant messaging for that. Next question, let me see. 118. Do I like physical photo albums or digital photo storage? Digital. Physical ones, they fade over time, they look weird, but photos, as long as you back them up to the cloud, they're always safe with you. Like all my photos on my phone, they're always with me all the time. Now we're coming to the end, the last few questions. What's my favorite type of backpack for daily use? Backpack. Because I can carry on my bag and I carry lots of stuff in it. And that's why whenever I travel, I carry a backpack with me. Even going to school, backpack. The last question 120. Do I prefer write pens, pencils, or styluses? Pens. I remember when I was a kid, my teacher said I couldn't get a pen until I aced my test, but I didn't listen to her. I just used a pen anyway, so that was me. And yes, there was 120 questions. I answered most of them to get to know me better. I hope you guys have known me better, and I do feel that my improv skills have improved. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching, listening to my 1 hour long video, and I'll see you next time. Thank you so much.